Well, thank you for joining me. So I just want to start off. The topic is quite clear, I think. So there are exciting news ahead, and I think that it would be good to make a start with a picture. This is Tricentis 2 years ago. We were totally excited by the idea of having our offering, which we built quite successful in a cloud environment, because we could not resist the charm of the idea, providing a lot and all of those cloud benefits so many people are talking about to our customers. And in this short talk today, I want to share with you what you can expect, how this will look like, how we start, and what the concept and idea behind it is. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So let's talk a little bit about what we have now. Oh, one thing I forgot. So basically, I want to tell you something about two big parts in cloud strategy. So first of all, since cloud basically technology-wise is of course infrastructure, I want to talk about the infrastructure behind it, and then share with you some information about the application itself. So you have two parts, the cloud, the infrastructure, and the application itself. But let's jump into it. It's not too complicated. So infrastructure. Let's start with infrastructure. The first offering from Tricentis about a cloud will be just infrastructure. Why do we do that? Let me explain. So how Tricentis Tosca works now, I think everybody knows, but let me show you in short. So usually you have Tosca Commander as the commonly used interface on your local computer. Then you have one or more databases depending on how many projects you have. And those Tosca Commander instances on the local machines, they have a local database, and those databases are kept in sync via the server database. This can be a SQL Server, an Oracle, this can be a DB2. So this is an old-fashioned design, how we used to build applications for decades now, but this is a big hassle, because you have to run all that infrastructure, server and client side, on your premises as a customer. So how do we get out of that? Let me propose the following. Let's say this is what you just saw before. I was just freeing up some space on the right to explain something to you. For the first offering, Tricentis has been working on a cloud infrastructure which we can offer to you, and we will offer you an additional option of data storage. So the server-side databases can be fully replaced by a cloud infrastructure which is capable of storing data. This has a lot of perks, but I will show you later in detail what those perks are. And this, please listen carefully, this is very important. We don't only go for a data storage in the cloud, we want to move full Tosca to the cloud. But this can't be done in 1 year or 1 month or so. This is a longer process. So how do we get there? And this is very important. We put a lot of efforts in thinking about that. We start with the data storage in the cloud, and next what we do is we will build up a thin client architecture, a middle tier here. And the very, very important thing is you will be able to share the same projects with your Tosca Commander rich client instance and with thin clients which make use of that middle tier here. So this is the important idea. You start off, you can continue like you worked before. You don't have to change your testing. You just get rid of all the hassles with the server-side infrastructure. And then, step by step, we will start to bring functionality from the rich client to the application layer, accessible through mobile devices, browsers, or whatever might be there at that time then. So this is the plan, how we do it. So let me, before I talk about that, let me show you how that works. So this is an application you might know. This is Tosca Commander, the popular rich client for model-based automated testing. And what changes? Not too much, but a lot. So in future, you can, if you make use of the Tricentis cloud, you have additional option here in the backstage area, how we call that. And you, since you are a cloud customer, you can just authenticate yourself. So you just have to authenticate once. This is persisted. This is persisted and you stay logged in. It's somehow similar like in Microsoft Office, where you have some account at Microsoft and you are now connected to your local instance. So you might be familiar with the following workflow, and this is very, very important. Listen carefully, please. If you create a new project, in the past you had to select a certain kind of database. You had to select between Oracle, SQL Server, DB2. You could use SQLite if you want to. You have an additional option here. So you can select the Tricentis Cloud as an additional option. So if you want to create a new project, you just uncheck the existing project, give it a name, give a workspace name, and you can start right away. The most important thing is this project is available within seconds. You don't need an administrator, you don't have to care about which resources to allocate, you don't need to care about disk space, availability, you don't have to take care about scalability. You have an environment ready to go for multiple users. This is being created in the cloud and you can use it right away. No hassles with local infrastructure. You have a fully scaling infrastructure provided by us. So I think this is quite exciting, and since we have a couple of minutes left, maybe you have some questions. No questions? So then let me prove it works like you worked before. You can just work right away. Everybody can connect his Tosca Commander instance to this common repository, how we call it. You have a fully scaling cloud, which all the peaks, when the people go home, click check in, the infrastructure can handle that. You can share those projects globally, so no matter where you are. So some users might be in the US, some might be in Australia. They will have the same quality of service here, the same performance for update all, check in all, check out. It will be the same performance. That's my promise. And I think this is quite cool. I hope you like it too.
Security certification.
So, The infrastructure we use is an infrastructure we rent for you. You rent it through us. We don't have any certifications at the moment. We use HTTPS as a connection method here. So data is encrypted. So it's a strong encryption. It's state of the art. Does this answer the question? Great. Sorry?
When you go to cloud, right, your repository is cloud.
It might help if you come just a little bit nearer and.
So when you move your repository to cloud database.
Yeah.
So now what happens to the workspaces in the local repository?
The workspaces exist like they did before. You continue
so
the
if
use.
you have multiple repositories like that on a cloud infrastructure, if you want to work on multiple repositories, then look at your data volume in the local repository. So doesn't make your tool reduce the performance?
I'm not sure if I got it really properly. So performance-wise, we worked a lot on the performance. Performance is comparable to a database server. So because like you work locally on the local workspace like you did before, the performance is the same because there is no connection while you work.
No, but while updating your client.
I'm happy to announce that we are very satisfied with the performance. With the advantage that the performance is not different in different locations, so there's no VPN or so involved. You just get via HTTPS to the nearest access point to that cloud infrastructure, and then it goes inside the cloud infrastructure. So it's very, very fast. It's even faster, like you saw here, because I use a little bit older version. So the newest version is much faster than what you saw before. So expect satisfying performance for synchronization, yes. Any more questions? So if there are no questions, I would like to say thank you. And maybe you want to join me tomorrow. I will get more into depth into general topic cloud computing and testing. So maybe you want to join me there. And so if you like it, and if you have some feedback about those ideas, and if you think it's useful or not, so please tell me. I'm around. Just find me.
What time tomorrow?
Sorry?
What time tomorrow is your...
It's 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is my talk tomorrow. So, but you can get any information at the cloud booth. You find me or Martin Thaler. He's my colleague from Vienna. He just came here to beautiful San Francisco to answer your questions. Thank you.